satellites. And according to the Israelis, there has been a lot of rocket exchange. There's been some independent reporting on that as well. And this is the most telegraphed ground invasion in history, perhaps, because they said they were going to do it. The tanks have been lined up there. They called
Bitch, I told you they was going to do it.
Their spokespeople have been saying it, and they announced it on television and through social media that they were going in to root out these rocket emplacements. So, there has been
well, y'all still showing the same fucking footage for a week.
As today, only hours ago, more children died in rocket fire from Israel.
Get them off the fucking beach then, you stupid bitch. Who the fuck has war with kids playing on the fucking beach? How stupid.
As you point out, that we have a number of children who have also died, as also rocket fire was hailing down on Tel Aviv, and people were seen running from that. This is obviously a situation that calls for a real ceasefire, and Egypt called for that 2 days ago. Israel accepted it. Hamas did not. Hamas said that they did not get enough in exchange, and there was bargaining back and forth. We know, as you talked to Jen Psaki earlier in this half hour, that John Kerry has been involved, but the bottom line is that nothing is resolved, and sometime after 10 o'clock tonight, Israel time, the Prime Minister announced that for all intents and purposes, they were going in.
Andrea, what about Egyptian-led peace talks, effectively? When negotiators in Cairo said that they'd failed to reach an agreement between Israel and Hamas. Do you think there is hope that the diplomacy will be led effectively and ultimately by Egypt?
Egypt is not the best negotiator in this case, because the new government, the al-Sisi government, is an avowed enemy of Hamas. In contrast to 2012, when Egypt did negotiate with the assistance of Hillary Clinton a ceasefire in a similar situation of hostilities, Egypt was then led by Morsi and the Muslim Brotherhood, who were the protectors and defenders and some would say suppliers of Hamas. So the fact that the situation on the ground has changed so dramatically with the change of government in Egypt has made Egypt no longer the interlocutor, the leader of peace negotiations that it has been for decades and decades. Now Turkey and Qatar were trying to get involved on behalf of Hamas because they have better relations with Hamas, at least Qatar does, but that was something that Egypt was resisting. So
look at all that shit going on in the background while this stupid bitch talking all that shit.
Abu Mazen, also known as Abu
That's what I try to tell y'all
the
people, man.
Fatah contingent, the Palestinian Authority, was in Cairo.
These motherfuckers is brainwashing
but
y'all.
Hamas leaders had been exiled from Cairo, kicked out by the al-Sisi government. So it's unclear whether Hamas was actually involved in those negotiations. Could I just update you for just a moment?
No, you can't, bitch.
I just got off the phone with a good source in the U.S. intelligence community denying a report that had been posted on the Wall Street Journal that we know definitively that there was a surface-to-air missile involved in the takedown of the Malaysian airliner.
They're trying to cover that shit up.
This official said that this is certainly what the indicators are, but that it's nothing that has been firmly confirmed. We're not there yet. So they are circling, as Michael Leiter and other experts have been describing it, checking with the Geospatial Agency on what the radar might show, checking what other kinds of what signals intelligence would show, checking what any kind of thermal signature
this
there might
woman
have been
is
for
reading
a
a
missile.
teleprompter.
The indicators are that it was a surface-to-air missile. We can confirm that.
She is not freestyling. This is freestyling. I'm talking to the damn TV. That's freestyling. This bitch is reading to you.
Intelligence briefing today that something blew up this airplane because of the debris field.
Just like 9/11, they getting shit in their earpiece.
An important development.
Don't know what the fuck is going on behind them.
Robinson is on set with me and has a question for you. I'll go to you, Eugene.
And Andrea, one question back to Israel-Palestine for a second.
Sure.
You know, it just seems like we've seen this movie before. Is there anything so different about this blow up, this Israeli incursion? Is there that's particularly
Man, if you smoke weed, you better light your Dutch. It's gonna be a long day.
Or is this like other incursions we've seen before?
Well, it's similar in that it's asymmetric, but there are a couple of differences.
We got
On the
Facebook,
Hamas
we
side,
got
Hamas
Twitter.
is politically much weaker because it doesn't have its ally in Egypt any longer.
You can see everything that's going
because,
on.
as you know, Assad, certainly in Syria, is preoccupied.
Except
Iran
for
is very
these
busy
channels.
with the nuclear negotiations. The whole political geography has changed. And Hamas now has its avowed enemies in the Persian Gulf, as you know, who are very vigorously preoccupied elsewhere and don't want to support Hamas right now. So Hamas has Iran as its benefactor, but doesn't have the political strength that it had when Egypt had the Muslim Brotherhood powerfully in Cairo. The difference also is that Hamas is better armed. Those missiles are longer range, and they're reaching more of Israel. So 2/3 of Israel's population is now covered by the missiles that are rocketing out of Gaza. That said, the asymmetry
we just gave them $350 million for Iron Dome.
The air defense.
I had the video, but the bitch wouldn't upload.
Working much better than it has, with much greater accuracy.
But that bitch lying.
Seeing the casualties.
Iron Dome got $350 million voucher, you stupid cunt.
The other thing is that I think Israel may finally be wanting to root out those rocket emplacements. They don't have the intelligence that they used to have on the ground because they withdrew from Gaza.
That's the same video
so
they just showed like 50 times.
About where the rockets are emplaced, and so they are misfiring, or basically they're not hitting targets as accurately as they may have in the past. They're hitting more civilian casualties, and at the same time, we know from the UN that there were some rockets found in a UN school. And the UN objected very strongly to the Hamas leaders about that only today.
An important development, rockets found in a vacated school, it's worth mentioning. NBC's Andrea Mitchell, thank you so much for your time today, Andrea. It's been a very busy news day.